Riders, welcome to Sam's Bikes, and today we are at Festibike in Madrid and we are looking for new and interesting products. So let's go check it out. But first, I want to say if you haven't entered the epic giveaway for us to hit almost 30,000 subscribers, which we're going to hit in the next 3 or 4 weeks, you want to enter, you want to click on the video here or here and enter that video, because there's like 3,000 euros of goodies up for grabs and you want to support the channel. Now let's go check out these new bikes. And here we have the brand new Husqvarna Mountain Cross. I saw this when it was released like about 6 months ago. It's still a prototype. You will be able to buy it at the end of the year, but I'm loving it in real life. It looks awesome. We've got 150, 150, 65.5 head tube angle. The reach in a large is 475 and the chainstay here is 455, and we are rocking mullets. We've got the Shimano EP8 motor with 85 Newton meters, and we've got a 720 watt hour battery. The whole package is looking really good, and it's starting at 5,200 with the carbon frame. Obviously the specs are going to be lower, but this is looking like a great option for 2023. And riders, if you are a fan of the channel, you'd know that on my super light list, the Rottwilds always make it. And this is the big boy. This is the 180 with the removable battery here. I love this system. It's got to be the best system for taking out those batteries. Look at that, so simple. It's got Magura brakes. It's got Schwalbe tires. This bike is coming in at 9,000 euros and it's weighing in at 18 kilos. This is the only superlight in the market that can access the full power of the Shimano EP8. So this bike, 18 kilos with a full 85 Newton meters of power if you want it, or you can also restrict it to 50 or 60 for those epic long rides. And also with the quick release battery, I'm going to show it to you again. That comes out in like 1 second. I love that system, best system on the market. Riders, let's go check out the next bike. Okay, so now we're at the BEWATT stand, and this is Sara Garcia's, or Sara Garcia's in Spanish, her personal bike from BEWATT, and all the graphics here on her bike is about her life. So this is a limited edition bike. We have 170 at the front here, 170 at the back, rolling on mullets. We have a massive Bafang with 170 Newton meters. That's right, 170 Newton meters of power with 1,000 watts, I'm pretty sure, and a 1,400 watt hour battery. And when all the bike industry is going lighter, BEWATT is going heavier. These bikes are coming in around 28, 30 kilos. They are definitely a different style, but they are a Spanish brand based in Madrid. And I would really like to get on one of these. And I just think it looks really good and it's definitely different. What do you think, riders?
And riders, I didn't see the new EPOCALYPSE at the festival, but last week I did see it in person at our local bike shop, LTM. And I gotta tell you, it looks amazing. Rolling on 29 wheels, 170 of suspension up front, 166 in the rear, Shimano EP8 motor, a 630 watt hour battery, a nice short chainstay 442 with those 29ers, and starting at 12,000 euros, I believe. I would love to get on this bike, and I have ridden the Evil Reckoning, an absolute beast, and I'm sure this would be very similar.
Okay, riders, you know I have a soft spot for Schwalbe tires, but I'm going to say Continental are doing it pretty good this year. If you check out the downhill circuit, those boys are up there and girls are up there taking out some medals, and we're just checking out all the new compounds here. And I have to say, these tires are looking really good, and they're playing with the big guns, with Maxxis, with Schwalbe now. I say Continentals are a player, and I dare say I might try some at some point. But riders out there, if you have tried them, let me know what you think. And now, riders, we are in the Specialized tent with the Grand Mechanic Fezza, Jimmy. He is one of the best BMXers I know, an amazing mountain bike, and a mechanic. And so you can come to the Specialized tent at Festibike, and he's going to personally set up your Levo or your Creo or any of the bikes out here. He does know what he's doing. Might not look like it, but he does. He's an absolute legend. Fezza, thanks for the hard work, mate. And check out the lineup of bikes. So definitely, riders, you should test an e-bike before you buy them. I know at Sam's Bikes we only talk e-bikes, and this clearly doesn't have a motor or a battery, but this is the Hot Walk from Specialized. This is a kiddie carbon fiber bike. It looks absolutely awesome. It's a full carbon frame, forks, I believe even the handlebars are carbon. It is such a beautiful looking bike. Like, any kid would be so lucky to ride this, or even put it on your wall. I think it is one of the best looking kids bikes I've ever seen. This is what I love about bike festivals, hot off the press, the brand new carbon fiber base model Specialized, 6,500 euros. It's coming with a 700 watt battery, the base components you would get on the aluminium bike, but a bigger battery. And unfortunately, we're not getting Mastermind, but at 6.5 grand, I think you riders would agree, this looks like a banging bike. Okay, we've got the Scott Patron here, which is the trail bike from Scott. And it has, I believe, 160 at the front. I also believe it's rolling on 29s. And it has the internal suspension here. The jury is out for me whether that looks good or not. I kind of like seeing the suspension, but it also does make sense for dust and dirt and water. Riders, what do you think? But seeing it in person, I actually quite like it. It looks a lot better in person than it does on the website. So we're rocking a Bosch Gen 4 motor with a 750 watt battery. And I believe the whole bike, yes, the whole bike is carbon. So let me know, riders, internal suspension or external. I'm going to say external, but let me know. So now we're at the Whistler tent, and I pride myself on knowing every electric mountain bike on the market. I think I'm a little bit of an e-encyclopedia, but I've never heard of this brand ever. So this is an Italian electric mountain bike brand. We are rocking a Bosch Gen 4, a 750 watt battery, 160 front and rear, 29ers, and we've got a nice shortish chainstay for a 29er, 445, reach 475, and 65 degree head tube angle. I also like to say, riders, this is rocking Schwalbe tires front and back and Magura MT7 brakes. You know what? The interesting part about this bike, okay, this is top spec, top gama, as we'd say in Spanish. This is coming in at 8,200 euros. Now in the current market, I'm going to say that's incredibly good value. These guys here said that possibly I can get a test on it in the next couple of weeks. I really want to try this bike. It has a very good look. It is great to see all the new bikes on offer, but why not check out a classic? The MERIDA E160. This is in a third generation. This bike is modern, but it is one of the first good electric mountain bikes. I put it up there with the Specialized Canevo, the first generation. I love this bike, and a lot of my mates in Australia have had it. So we're looking at 160 at the front, 150 at the back, rolling on mullets, and a 625 watt-hour battery and a Shimano EP8 motor. The MERIDA E160 is an absolute classic, but I am looking forward to the Generation 4, which I believe should be coming out soon. So we're in the ORBEA stand, and I know when we're at ORBEA, we should be talking about the Rise or the Wild FS, but check out this. I don't talk enough about hardtails on the channel, and riders, let me know if you want to know more about hardtails. But this is the URRUN, which is a hardtail from ORBEA. We're rocking the Shimano EPS, but with the RS motor. So that's like restricted to 60 Newton meters, and it has ORBEA's software on it. We're rocking a 540 watt hour battery here. And I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe this is an aluminium frame. But check out the world marks. This frame is absolutely beautiful. And I dare say this would be a great touring bike. And riders, please let me know if you want to know more about hardtails. We'll look more into them. Okay, I've been humbled here today, riders. There's another bike I've never heard of. This is the Festibike, I think is how you pronounce it, from Taiwan, new brand. It's already active in, I believe, Germany and England. And we are rocking Shimano EP8, 720 watt hour battery. We got 160 of suspension, rolling on mullets. And I believe this bike starts in aluminium at about 5,500 and goes up to the model that we see here at about, I believe, 8,500. And this looks like a really good bike. Like, I don't know the geometry numbers. I couldn't find anyone really to give me those ones. But I'm going to say, like, the chainstay looks about 445, 450. The reach, this is a large. The reach looks about 475. I really can't tell, but it does look like a really good bike. And riders, again, I have been humbled. Let's see what else we can find. And now onto the two major questions I always get on the channel. One is, what is the best electric mountain bike? That is impossible to answer, riders. And the second question I always get is, what is the best bike for my child? And that is so easy to answer. WOOM have the best kids bikes. This is definitely not a sponsored video at all. But whenever I get asked by my mates, which is the best bike for the kids, I always recommend this because one, it's super light. I don't even know what this weighs, but it's super light. It reminds me of a BMX bike, really well made. And the most important thing, when your child grows out of their bike, you can sell this on really easily. So riders, that would be my recommendation. And riders, we're coming to the end of the day at Festibike. Had a great time. I've been put in my place a little bit. I thought I knew every bike on the market, but it just shows how quickly that e-bike market is evolving. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't entered the epic €3,000 giveaway competition with shoes, tires, clothes, helmets, cameras, we got everything there. Hit on the link here or the link here and enter that competition because it is awesome. And I thank each and every one of you riders for supporting the channel as we hit 30,000 subscribers. I'm blown away, and you know it. Stay safe out there, and we're going to see you next week.